Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for Virgo in mid-May 2019. Hello, Virgo. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Alright, guys, here we are. Middle of May. Almost the middle of the year. Time flies when you're having fun. Assuming you're having fun. You might not be having fun. I don't know. Anyway, shuffled off camera. That's your main spread there. We're going to shuffle now for your outcome and your overall energy. Once all the cards are out and they are lying face up, that is when the reading begins. If you've been here before, you already know. There's a timestamp in the description box below. Go ahead and hit it if you want to jump ahead. It's totally okay. That's why I put it down there. You can also check the description box for information on how to get a personal reading with me if you want one. I would suggest doing that sooner rather than later because as of June 1st, Virgo, that price will be going up. It is the most in-depth reading that I offer. Clarifiers, oracles, all that stuff. It runs a long time, like at least 45 minutes. And that's a cheap price for what I offer. So if you've been thinking about it, but you haven't been sure, I would suggest doing that now. Otherwise, like I said, the price will be going up. But also on June 1st, there will be 2 other types of readings that you can get at a lower price just to kind of offset the price raise. So you can either wait for June 1st or you can get the most bang for your buck and book right now at the cheapest price for the biggest reading, okay? All right, Virgo, let's see what's going on for you guys. Let's get an outcome for Virgo in mid-May, please. Outcome for Virgo in mid-May 2019. Please show me. Oh, whoa, whoa. That feels like more than one. It is. Do I honor it? Please tell me. Yes, okay, fine. Oh, Virgo, count yourselves lucky. You're getting the... I mean, Pisces didn't have an extended or extra thing. They just had a weird thing. But you're the first sign to get a double. And you're the last sign. So I wonder what that means. Bottom of the deck is the overall energy. Turn these over, see what's going on elsewhere on the board. Now, how's that look on camera? Yeah, you know. Boom. There we go. A little better. All right, guys. Let's see what's going on. Please show me Virgo's prominent energy in mid-May 2019. Please show me Virgo's prominent energy in mid-May. Please show me. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. All right, guys. Coming into mid-May, you come in with the Wheel of Fortune. That's nice. In general, it's nice. Wheel of Fortune, secondary major arcana card associated with Sagittarius. Additionally, associated with the fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So you might be dealing with any of those signs or none of them at all. It really doesn't matter. It's really more about the energy. And to give you a little Tarot 101, right? So, Virgo, time is on your side, which is a lyric, or time is of the essence, time. The emphasis here, clearly, is on time. What have you been doing with your time? How have you been spending it? How have you been utilizing it? How have you been sort of using it to your benefit? Like, a lot of times when we get the Wheel of Fortune, we talk about, because it is a major arcana, and so it's usually this sort of universal energies effect on us. I'm feeling for you, this is about you pulling in the energy associated with time, however you conceive time, however you value time, however you want to place emphasis on time. But there's this thing where I feel some of you don't have enough time and so you're scrambling, or some of you have so much time on your hands you don't know what to do with it, or some of you are just like not acting at the opportune moment to change something or to do something or to create something, okay? Because in general, the Wheel of Fortune does talk about that idea of the sweet spot, things happening on divine timing or things happening at the exact moment where they need to. Now, when we talk about it in that way, it feels like we receive that energy and we, like, it just gets bestowed upon us. Like it just happens to fall down from the sky. And I think that's how a lot of people can conceive the Wheel of Fortune. Here today, more in a realistic, practical sense, you're being challenged to think of how you're spending your time and how you're utilizing it and what you're creating or what you're prioritizing when time is before you, when you have the moment. Are you seizing the moment? When you have the moment, are you sleeping on the moment? If there's no moments in front of you, or there's no time in front of you, or you feel crunched, you feel pressed under the pressure, or you're crumbling under the pressure of not enough time, can you sacrifice something that will give you more time? Are you prioritizing and taking on too much? So the challenge is, what are you doing, Virgo? And I'm not saying this as a person. I think I'm more speaking from them or it up there. I'm not trying to say I'm the voice of that. No, it's not like that. But there is this idea of, for your benefit or to relate to where you are in your life right now, Virgo, I have to frame it to you this way. Because some of you have been resting on your laurels. Some of you have been sort of in, like, your head has been in the clouds and you've just been kind of drifting along and going along with the plan. Whatever God wants, whatever they want, whatever this, and you just haven't been as assertive. And there we go. You haven't been as assertive or proactive in terms of how to use your time and your efforts wisely. How to alleviate stress by cutting back on things. How to take the ample amount of time you have on your hands and create something productive or do something constructive with your life. You're all on different pathways, you're all on different trajectories, so you're all going to feel this differently. But the challenge is, what are you doing? Like that old picture of Uncle Sam, like that old army recruitment where Uncle Sam points, he's like, you, what are you? You. It's like that. And I feel like some of you might be a little sensitive to that imagery or to the idea of being sort of called out, but that's kind of how I have to take it. And here's the thing where I think we can kind of relax a little bit, and I can kind of, bring you down, bring you out of that harsh bit of energy I just gave you a little bit, where, again, this is a secondary major arcana card for Sagittarius. Sagittarius is an adventurous spirit. Sagittarius is a very forthright energy, fire sign, very boisterous. Not as boisterous as Leo or Aries would be, but still boisterous enough, okay? Sagittarius keeps pace with both of those signs. But there is this, forward pressing, just marching on and going wherever the whim takes the person. Sagittarius leads themselves. Sagittarius doesn't go with the flow. Sagittarius doesn't just let other people make the decision. Sagittarius will never do anything that Sagittarius doesn't want to do. And so I think that is what you're being challenged with, Virgo. Do shit that you want to do, or don't do things that you don't want to do. So there's this compliance energy with you, Virgo, that you're just going with the program. Like, there you go. Coming back to this idea or this imagery of time. Like, you expect on an analog clock, for those who can envision and remember what those look like, okay? Or a watch or whatever. The second hand always ticks, ticks, ticks. And then the minute hand, tick, tick. The hour hand, tick, tick. Predictable. We know that is what the clock will do. The time will just go and carry us forward. And we don't challenge it. We take it for granted. We assume that this is going to be the way it's going to be. So some of you are in a situation, in a mindset, more so than a situation, a mindset that things are just going to go along and progress like clockwork. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. No. That's not how life works. That's not how many situations in life work. And that's definitely not how relationships work, okay? Regarding wherever that hits for you. Your love life, your job, your family. No. Nothing works like clockwork except for clocks, okay? So if you're at a job and you're just assuming, I'll get promoted one day. Bullshit, bro. Show up. Show effort. You want the next level up? Tell your boss, I'm interested in being promoted. I'm interested in the next phase of this job, or I'm interested in learning these new skills so that I can move over to that department or whatever. It's not you just show up on time, you sit down at your desk, you play nice with your coworkers, and they're just going to hand you a promotion. This is not 1942. Nobody, long gone are most of the days where people come over to you and say, you know, I've been looking at your work here, Freddie, and I think you're doing a fantastic job. Why don't you come and have a meeting with me? And I'm going to talk to you about... No, most bosses, most managers, supervisors, they don't give a shit about doing that anymore. So you have to go after it. All right, for those in the job. Relationship. Oh, fucking hell, man. Whew. No, it's not just going to move along down that pathway of we date, we get engaged, we get married, we have kids, that whole formulaic bullshit. Unless you put in that effort and unless your partner puts in that effort, if you're with someone who's not putting in that effort, if you're with someone who's declaring, I don't want that, get away from them. Okay? Like, Jesus Christ, if you want that life, Virgo, you're fine to want that life. But make sure that the person that you're investing your time and your effort with wants the same thing as you. If they don't, leave them alone. Simple as that. Or if they want that and you're like, I just want to be a fun and fancy free woman or man, it doesn't matter. I want to go out here and, you know, the world is my oyster and I'm going to eat every inch of it. And they're like, but I want us to be a happy married family with 2.2 kids. If that's not what you want, let them off. Sorry, sir. Sorry, ma'am. That's not the life I see for myself. I'm kind of a little bit of a slut. And no offense. I'm not using, that's how I joke with people. So don't take offense to that because I'm not degrading anybody here. But if that's the difference between you and the other person, why would you think this is going to work? Please explain it to me. I'll leave a pause right here so you can say it to me and I'll hear it through the ethers. That's a joke because I don't think you can explain it to me because I don't think that makes sense. Relationships. Okay, what else is there? We did family. Same thing. If you have family that depends on you financially, emotionally, in some cases, you give your cousin a ride to work every day and they don't give you gas money and you know they get paid. I know you get paid every 2 weeks because you get in the car and you're like, oh man, it's payday. And you rub your hands together. And you know what you never do? You never come up of any money to put gas in my tank. Is that how you want to spend your time and your energy, Virgo? Being taken for granted? You know, so it's going many ways. Some of you are feeding into things that aren't giving back to you. It's unfair. It's not balanced. Okay? Some of you are going along with the program thinking that it's just going to work itself out. No, you have to be proactive in either case. No matter what you're doing, get on top of your shit, Virgo. What do you want? How are you going to utilize your time? How do you value your time? Get into it, man. Get into it. And here we go. Let's go. Yes. So I got excited for you guys because once again, I'm not looking down here. I'm looking outside or up in the corner up there. And I'm just getting with the energy. So I look down here and what do I see? Boom. Right next door. Hello. Get out. Go on, get your stuff, go. Either you're telling someone that, or that's what you're telling yourself, or maybe someone is telling you that. Maybe somebody's putting the boot up your ass. I don't know. But there is this idea of moving the hell on. Six of Swords. What is that? A boat on the damn river. Go about your business. Like, I'm being very harsh with you guys, and I'm sorry if you don't want me to be harsh, but this is how it's coming across. Six of Swords. Leaving dissatisfaction. Not for the sake of, oh, on the other side of this river, just across there, I see my satisfaction. It's like going into, I don't know what the hell is out there, but it's better than where I am right now. There is this escape. The energy of escape. The energy of being so far gone with the situation, so exhausted or so, like I said, dissatisfied with the situation that you have no reprieve other than to leave. You don't know where you're going. You don't know what's on the other side of the river. You don't know what's on the other side or where you're going to be when the gas tank runs out. But damn it, you just won't be where you were. And that is the best thing for you. Lord, who is this for? So apply that to whatever situation this is resonating for with you. But I just feel there's like, you must go for the sake of yourself above anybody else. You must go, Virgo. Interesting. And in some cases, it's a literal escape. Or this feeling is like you're so pressurized, you're so anxious, you're so emotionally distraught that you have no choice but to escape. Like, you're not even thinking that far ahead. You're packing the duffel bag. You're getting up from your desk and you're going into your boss's office and saying, you know what, I have to go home and I'm not coming back. Like, some of you are having like that real, flip of a switch decision. Like a Tina Turner out of What's Love Got to Do with It? Where she just like tries to up and leave Ike. And, she's scared as shit on the phone. Mom, I gotta, no, don't, and she's like trying to leave him. Now, hopefully that's not your situation where you're trying to leave an abusive partner and they're going to eventually rope you back in. And then, several scenes later in the film, you're going to have to beat them with your cowboy boot or whatever. Or he's going to beat you with it, whatever. I hope it's nothing that dramatic or traumatic, but there is this press, like this smashing of the button. Like, they're showing me like all these images of things just happening quickly, like instantly the situation changes, like a panic button. But regardless of how and when that happens, if you choose it, you don't have to choose it. Life is life. You have free will just like I have free will. I don't have to do these readings, but I do them because I choose to. You don't have to be where you are, but if you want to stay there, that's your choice too. I feel at this moment, the energy is saying, you should go. You should change your circumstances. You should change your environment. You should change your approach. If it's not about actually leaving a place, leaving a person, leaving a situation, it is about changing your mindset. Because swords, not that you're seeing any in the card, but just to show you the artwork again, while I speak about it, swords are about your mental capacities, how you think, how you rationalize, how you communicate, how you receive communication. So some of you need to change the way you think about a situation. Again, going back to the work thing, it's not going to fall in your lap, Larry. No. You want that promotion? Act like it. Share your intentions and your goals with your boss. And if your boss doesn't give a shit, go to his boss or her boss or whoever. Make it known, I want to move up in this company. Or if you want to introduce something new, bring a creative idea to the table, float a new idea to the committee, whatever. Be proactive, bro. Be proactive. Okay? Get it. How about it? The Magician. Right below that, the Magician. How about it? So, secondary card, ruled by Mercury. So secondary card of Aries and Gemini. You might be dealing with one of those signs or both of them, but you don't have to be. This is more about you because this is you. Now, don't be insulted that it's a monkey or anything like that. But this is you, man. Once you change your mindset, change your location, do whatever, get in that Six of Swords energy, you get yourself onto new horizons. You get yourself into a new frame of mind that says, hey, I'm a goddamn manifester. I'm a co-creator with the universe. I can change my life if I choose. The Magician can do whatever he wants because he chooses. Has all the weapons and the tools at his disposal. The wands, the swords, the cups, the pentacles. Everything from an energetic, alchemic point of view in this universe revolves around those four elements. Okay? By possessing those elements, harnessing their energies, utilizing them to their utmost potential, you can do what you want. So in terms of the job, where you show up on time, you mind your P's and Q's, you're great at production, you have wonderful working relationships, what are you missing? From your boss's perspective, from the higher-ups perspective, from whoever in HR who is looking at your performance, maybe you're not, in their eyes, energetic enough, lively enough, right? You can do the job, but are you expressing how you can improve upon the job? Do you express your ideas? Do you express your tenacity or your drive to move up the ladder? That means you're lacking in the Wands energy. You're lacking in innovation. You're lacking in creative energy. So put your Wands energy forward. Turn that shit up to an 11 and go in there tomorrow and be like, you know what? I was thinking about this job and I was thinking about this and I think we could do that, and the other. And your boss is like blown away. I've never heard you speak so fiery or so passionately about this, then you get to change your destiny. You get to change your circumstances, okay? If you're in a relationship and you're paying the bills, you're putting food on the table, you're buying new clothes for the baby, you're the one giving gifts on holidays, and what do you get on holidays? A damn card from the dollar store? Okay, so what are we seeing? You're putting too much of your pentacles out. Restrict that shit. Pull that back in. And then see what happens. This could be not just in a relationship. This could be in family. With your children, perhaps. You know? Pull some of that back. See what happens. Mommy, Daddy, how come this and how come that? Or, you know, turn the damn cable off. Or not the cable, the Wi-Fi. Turn it off. Restrict it. Oh, we have restrictions on the Wi-Fi in the house now. Everybody gets 10 gigabytes per month. Huh? Yeah, man. 10 gigabytes per month. Good luck with your Fortnite and your online gaming and all that other shit that you do. People will start to act right. Or they're going to get mad, and then you can have a discussion about how they can act right in the future and get themselves bumped back up to like 50 gigs or whatever it is. Be in your power. That's the thing with the magician. Be in your power, Virgo. You're not some lackey. You don't just have to go along with the plan. Take the reins of this shit. God, man, I'm fired up for you guys. And you're my last reading, so I appreciate that. All right, guys. So now the moon card. Strange. Why is it here? Major Arcana card for Pisces. So there might be a Pisces in your life of significance, but does not have to be. Come on, give it to me. What's going on? Okay. So the corners talk. I've been saying that for a couple of readings. The corners talk. So this Six of Swords talks with the Moon card. So some of you where you're moving to, or this, you know, get out of Dodge, this panic button move that you make might center around or might have significance with this Moon card energy or person. Again, doesn't have to be a Pisces, but they would possess this energy. So if it's an external person, it would be somebody kind of mysterious. You don't really know them. If you're literally having that Tina Turner moment and you need to like run away from your abusive partner, this could be somebody that you kind of know, but they let you like crash on their couch, or they'll put you up in a hotel or something like that. Something drastic it could be. Or, you know, a long lost cousin or uncle or aunt who you knew when you were like, you know, 10 years old, but you haven't spoken to them in like 7 years or some shit like that. I don't know. Some of you could be moving away from this person. Aha, there we go. That's another way to think of it. This person could be your partner, business partner, lover, husband, wife, I don't care. And they've been so mysterious, aloof, removed from you. You can't get a read on them. And you're asking them, pleading with them, or simply stating to them, by this date, if we don't have such and such a conversation, or if we don't have this thing resolved, I need to leave. And they don't show you much of a reaction, or they say one thing but then act another way, and they're, like I said, kind of removed, kind of aloof to the situation. They show that they don't care whether you leave or stay. Then fucking leave, buddy. Like, no. So it could go either way. You're either moving towards that energy, someone is helping you and guiding you, but they're kind of mysterious, you don't really know much about them. They might just be an associate of yours or an acquaintance of yours. Or you're moving away from somebody who is close to you, but they have become distant. They have become, you know, this enigma to you. You no longer know them. We've been married for 15 years, Randy. I don't know you anymore. I want us to stay together, and I want to work on this. And Randy's like, yeah, okay. Well, goodbye, Randy. I have to go. Like I just told you, the stipulations. If we don't work on this, I have to go. Okay, yeah, okay. I mean, you know, whatever you feel. What? You don't have an opinion here? You know. If that's somebody's attitude, Virgo, know your worth, know your value, get out of there. Or stay and work it out. I don't give a damn what you do, but I think many of you should be out of there. Because it feels like you've been withstanding this for a long time, and you don't need to. Did I say that to you back in April or your May message? I feel like this is something I have said to Virgos recently. Maybe it was a personal, I don't know. But you've withstood a lot of BS. Know your worth and stop it. Anything else with the moon, because I'll get fired up again, and I don't want to do that again. Okay, thank you. The other part is, because you saw we made like a nice little circle back down here. So we went from here to here to here to here. So where you guys end up is in this state of newness. You know, the moon card is very complex. You know, it has a lot of nuanced meanings to it, or interpretations to it. So again, the aloof, mysterious, you know, murky waters, we can't be sure, that's also there. There's also secrets. There's also this idea of illusions and delusions. I don't think that applies here. What I think is applying here for you is, because you've been so firmly dedicated to whatever you were doing before, the job, the marriage, the mindsets, whatever you were doing, like clockwork, you were on it. Now that you're not on it, or you get away from doing it and you do something different, you do something new, you're confused, you're out of sorts, you're adrift, you're in the ether. So many of you, after you make this bold change and after you start to do things differently, you know, start to live your life by a different code, you will feel lost in the shuffle. You're going to feel like you don't know who you are. You don't know whether you're coming or going. That's natural, buddy. That's natural. Natural. I don't want you to be deterred by the idea of going into the unknown and going into like this very, because that's the thing about the moon. It's not firm energy. It's not something you can really measure or you can't really like touch it. You can't really like make clear heads or tails of it, usually. So some of you are put off by that. And that has been something that holds you back because, okay, moon also talks about fears. And if it's underneath your starting position, it's like something that keeps you anchored. You are anchored. Here we go. Let's get into the nuance of it. You are anchored in that, let's just stick with it. Let me just go with the plan. Let me just go with the flow. Let me just stay by what's predictable and what's supposed to be formulaic in my life, because the fear of something new and different keeps you held back. God damn it. Stop it. I'm cursing a lot. I hope you guys don't mind. But that has been happening the more I do these. It just happens. So anyway, so you're holding yourself to a certain pattern, a certain circumstance and situation in your life because you're afraid. You're afraid of what exists outside of it. Better the enemy that you know, the devil that you know. Nah, man, go find something else. Guys, what's your outcome? Again, you guys are special. You got a 2-for-1, yeah? So you got the King of Cups and the Four of Wands. So your outcome is actually interesting. King of Cups energy, water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Does not have to be in the Four of Wands. Fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, blah, blah, blah. You got to get tender, man. You're tender. Tender about yourself. Tender about your home life. All right? King of Cups is that tender energy. King of Cups is that wistful, very romantic, but then also knows the limits of his emotional depths. May not be expressive, and I'm saying he only because it's a king. If this is you and you're a female, that's fine. It doesn't matter. But realizing the emotional depths and the emotional turmoil that you've gone through and how it affects your stability, how it affects your happy home, whatever home means to you. Your happy home can be just you and like 4 cats. Who cares? Whatever your happy home is made up of. So the result or the outcome of your reading today is really talking about having clear understanding of your emotional gamut or spectrum. Thank you. Spectrum. Knowing what makes you happy, knowing what makes you sad, knowing what makes you angry, knowing what, fills you to the brim with excitement, what titillates you, what depresses you, knowing all of those things through and through, and having full recognition of them and how they affect your happy home. Some of you are coming back to the more sensitive parts of yourself. That King of Cups there, you're maybe you've been so focused on you know, breadwinning and making sure that the bills are paid on time and making sure that you keep to your schedule and you've just been tending to your mundane 3D. Mundane is in like repetitive, not mundane as in boring, but repetitive schedule. You've been schedule keeping and you haven't really taken the time to, you know, smell the roses type of thing. So you're getting more in touch with your sensibilities and your sensitivity, right? Again, related to your happy home. I don't care who or what is in your happy home, but your stability, what makes you, thank you, safety, Four of Wands, safety. How do you feel taken care of? Do you feel secure in your job? Do you feel safe and happy in your job, in your marriage, in your friendships, in your one-bedroom apartment? I don't give a damn. So there's a mindfulness on the home and the emotions that basically come upon you, flood you, that you're aware of when you encounter your home space. There's an emphasis on that. There's an emphasis on being more sensitive to your home base. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Your overall energy, sort of fitting, Five of Swords. So you've been doing battle with yourself or with other people. And you've been trying, Virgo. You've tried a lot. Look at you. Sitting down, battle weary. In the distance, there's somebody walking away, or you could be walking away, but whatever. There, regardless of which figure you are in this card, there is this sense of exhaustion, of putting down the fight, putting down the swords. No more. I'm not taking that anymore. I'm not putting up with this anymore, or I'm not exerting my energy in this manner anymore. I'm not going to dedicate myself to that particular strain of behavior or conversation. I'm just not. So it's a dropping, a letting go of, I'm feeling, and kind of unfortunately soaking or resting in this exhaustion. So a lot of you, again, like going back to that job scenario, for someone out there, it's very particular. You've put in the work. You've shown that you can do the job through and through. You're an expert at it. Nobody has the numbers you have. Nobody keeps a timetable like you do. Nobody, whatever the goals and metrics are for your specific job, you're top of the leaderboard. But you're sitting there scratching your head going, why am I not being promoted? Why am I not being recognized? Why are people not talking about my name as being next in line for supervisor, for manager, for project lead, for whatever? Because, bro, you got to change your tactic. The thing about the Five of Swords also is the tactic stays the same. It's a battle-weary, a battle-weary person wearing a full set of armor, having all those swords around them, but that's just the one move, or that's just the one approach that this person knows. I know how to wield a sword. I know sword play. In terms of fighting, just to think about it, in this modern day and age, you better know more than sword play, buddy. Diversify yourself. Try different angles. Try different approaches. But you've been on this hamster wheel of, well, this is how it worked for my mom, or this is how it worked in my family before, or this is how it worked in my previous relationships, and you just run on that playbook, that same old playbook. Put it away. Get a new playbook. All right? Virgo, that is your reading for mid-May. My gosh, we made it. All right, guys. If you liked what you saw here today, go ahead and hit the like button for me. If you want to leave comments down below letting me know how this resonated with you, I would love to read that. You can also share this video and others, of course, across your social media platforms. And of course, if you have not subscribed to my channel, but you keep coming back, why don't you subscribe to me? Maybe that could be one of your changes in behaviors, Virgo. I'm kidding. But honestly, if you do want to subscribe, that's cool. If you want to do any and all of those things, that helps me grow as a content creator here on YouTube. I would love to see that continue. Seen some amazing growth over the last month and a half, 2 months or so. And so I just want to see that trend continue. So if you want to help a girl out, you can do any and all of those things. I would gladly appreciate it, okay? All right, Virgo, I will be back soonish with your June readings, and then after that I'll do the mid-Junes, of course. And maybe I'll do a random at some point. Mood hasn't hit me yet, so we're waiting on that. So you have a lot of things to look forward to. And if you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell, okay? All right, guys, I will be back soon. And I thank you so much for watching this video. Take care. Bye.